get to enjoy yourself really this evening, did you? But don't worry, I'm not going to spend 5 minutes telling you about morbid statistics, and for the avoidance of doubt, despite appearances, I'm not going to suddenly break into a chorus of Stand By Your Man. So sorry about that. But one statistic I'm going to talk about, Leeds City Council say that the cost of inactivity is £40 million a year because people get ill more often and they die sooner and they're really expensive, so like it's a really bad thing. But don't worry, because help is at hand. These two consultants say all you need to do is walk out the front door and we'll all be much healthier. So me and a few mates thought we would experiment with this and go walking around inner city Leeds to see what it was like. And well, we started here. If you walk out the front door, don't walk out the front door, but if you did, well, great, this is what you see. Guardrails having a bit of a convention out there, not quite sure, but somebody honestly thinks that there's a really scary bit of traffic danger going on out there. I was confused by this one. I'm not quite sure what this is protecting us against. To be fair, that plant there, Mahonia, is a very spiky plant. But as far as traffic's concerned, the last time I saw a car mount a guardrail and crash through a tree was when it's erected bush there. So I think we might be being a little overzealous about the guardrails in Leeds. And they don't make for very nice walking around, do they? They make you feel all enclosed in and quite ugly. So it got us thinking really what people might actually want to do more walking. So you might want nice open streets, pedestrianised streets, big open pavements, greenery, perhaps something interesting to look at, like this gentleman, you know, so it's not just about the walking, it's about a reason to walk. You want to feel welcome. So we set off towards the south end of Leeds. This is the pedestrian entrance to Queen's Hall car park. I think they spent more on the sign than on the actual entrance. A little further along they had actually closed the footpath, but luckily they'd warned the drivers about that. It's only the sign was pointing away from where the traffic was coming from. But then we're headed south further on. So down by the Hop, if you've ever been down there, it's really nice, the canal and the river and the paving. There's a nice little footbridge leading you towards the Midnight Bell. The only thing is somebody's put some barbed wire across it against more persistent pedestrians who insist on running a direct route. But in the city, Leeds does have quite a lot of green, to be fair. That's Holbeck, Scott Hall, Armley. So lots of greenery. Probably needs a little bit more investment to actually make it an attractive place to live and walk around. But the other thing we didn't find anything of, we walked 4 miles before we got to Mike's Carpets. There's Mike, for those of you who remember. That was the first place we found to find somewhere to sit, which was on the wall outside Mike's Carpets. It looked a bit weird. We did find a couple of benches shortly afterwards, which was a little bit disappointing, so I think there's a bit of a maintenance issue. The other thing that was a bit odd, at the top end of Army, we came across a kind of park area, which I couldn't really understand. They'd taken the playground out, so basically you got this area with no playground, no seats, no football, no allotments, no plans. If you lived in Army, why would you walk there, except out of there as quickly as possible? So we really do need to do something about some of these green areas, but it's not impossible. So that's Middleton Park, that's Pottermead Park, home of the West Indian Carnival in August. So it is possible to have really nice inner city parks. We just haven't got that many of them. I'm just trying. Oh, that's right. The other thing we found in a city is it's impossible to get away from. As well as the guardrails, you have these 7-8 foot fences around private businesses with all this barbed wire on the top. This dimmer on the right makes you feel like you're walking back to your prison cell after a good jump around the exercise yard, and I don't think that's what we want to feel. And the really disappointing thing about that gill is it's actually the direct route from the back of St James's to the front. That's what you find at the back of St James's. We're shut, go around the front, but they don't tell you how to get there, it's just a big barrier. And the other thing we looked at was road crossings. So I walk to work every day, this is Sheepscar, and I've become a bit of a traffic engineer nerd, I have to be honest. I started to time things. So if you press the green, button for the green man, 54 seconds, that's 4 slides worth before the green man comes up, and then they give you 3 seconds to cross the road. I'm being a real nerd, back to the statistics, I worked out that's 8 miles an hour, that's a pretty fair jogging speed, to be honest. So if you've got like a pushchair or a wheelchair or anything, you look out there, you might have to stay this side of the road for a long time. However, I didn't come here tonight to just have a big whinge about the council or anything like that. I love Leeds, there's loads of really interesting stuff we found in the city Leeds, but it does need investment. So if Leeds City Council is serious that we spend £40 million a year on the cost of inactivity, shows the business case to actually get it better. So the fight back starts now. Make Leeds nicer to walk in campaign kicks off here. Thank you very much.